to show you what just came in the mail from HempWorks. Okay. Look, I want you to know that the shampoo and conditioner is fantastic. If you're not using it, you should use it. Yes. And then I'll tell you what else came today. My fruit gummies, the CBD fruit gummies. When you take them, each one is like 25 milligrams. They are fantastic for you and your body. I take them a couple of times a day. They help with anxiety. Do you take them?
I do. I tend to forget that I have the gummies, but I take my CBD and other.
Oh, you do, right? Right? You do. You take it.
I have some CBD pills. Not pills.
Oh, you have the capsules.
I have the capsules. Yeah.
Yes, I love the capsules. I also like the relief. This is a cream that we use to put on pain. So it's a topical cream, cooling. And so I use this all the time.
I do too.
So I'm so happy it came. And then I have the tinctures. And some people love using the tinctures, 500, 750, and 1500. So you can get more concentrated doses if you need higher amounts of CBD.
Yeah, I have it in like 6 different flavors.
Which I'm sending this up to my son. I love this stuff.
It smells amazing and it's very luxurious.
I guess that's the word I'd use. It's really luxurious. It's a top quality product with hemp, good for your skin, and enriches it. Okay?
Yeah. So we love HempWorks.
Hello, greetings, everyone. I don't know which is making me laugh more. The video I just did with Victoria Reynolds, who's a dear friend of mine, the HempWorks video, and also the comments I'm getting. So, guys, you are going to town tonight with Joan of Angels. And, oh, yeah, this gorgeous painting right behind me. Just give you a little glance of it. I very rarely show my art these days, but that is a sacred marriage, sacred twin flame, sacred, I think we'll set it so we can have it. It's actually balance, which is exactly what we're talking about tonight. So peace, respect, health, happiness, and love to everyone. I'm so happy to see you all. It really moves me to hop on and then find the tribe here. So what we're going to talk about tonight is how to stay in balance in an obviously out of balance world and what that means for us personally. So you know that's my thing. I always like to look at how we can, step into the miraculous, how we can be our best self and be our fifth dimensional self, even if we're in our 3D body. And I can tell you the world is definitely 3D, Tracy. It so much is. So seeing, oh my God, all of my old friends, young friends, great friends are showing up. So guys, let me introduce myself if you're new to my channel. I am actually Joan of Angels, also known as Dr. Joan Hangarter, and I've been a retired chiropractor. That's why I'm so passionate about health and wellness. But I'm also an oracle, an intuitive, a channel, a medium, kind of a psychic at times, and an intuitive. And what I do is I help you remember who you are, why you're here, what your mission is. And I think that chiropractic part of me gives us a little extra flair to help you get your body, mind, and spirit aligned to do that. So if you're on my YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, and share so that I can actually grow the channel. I had 406 subscribers before I came on tonight. A month ago, we were at 315. So I just want to thank you all for finding content here that you obviously must like in some way, shape, or form. All right. Is there anything else I left out? No, I did not. So tonight, we are going to talk about balance. All right. But before we talk about balance, I want to tell you guys about a past life reading that I had 2 days ago. And it was kind of like a trance Akashic record reading. And the partner I was working with said to me, well, Joan, what's your worst fear? And I was really surprised, because then I realized I had more than one fear. So I gave her my worst fear. One of them is to be seen. And those of you who've heard me on the show know that I had a history of hiding in closets as a kid. So it makes a lot of sense. All right. Yes. And while we're at it, guys, I want to know where everyone's from. I notice Emily's in a new place from now. She's in Wendover, Utah. And so as we're talking, guys, put down where you are from so we can create that tower of miracle power. So she asked me my fears. Fear number one was, okay, I'm really pushing to get out there in the world, but I have this fear of being seen. And the second one was, and I said, but I have a second one, and it's really big too. And I said, I'm very afraid of heights. I have this fear now whenever I go around a curve, if I'm driving, that I'm going to fall off the road. Okay, and it's a terrible fear of heights. And just that morning, I had been looking at all these pyramids, and I'm thinking, God, that fear of heights I have will definitely keep me from ever getting up that pyramid. You know, if I ever got to Egypt, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to go up those pyramids because of my fear of heights. So she goes into trance, Madam Michigan. So she goes into trance, and I was blown away. She saw me as a young girl 1,000 years ago. And what I was doing was, well, I was very young in the beginning when she started seeing me, and I could talk to the gods. And just so you know, this is what I've wanted to do my entire life, okay, to talk to the gods. So she saw me talking to the gods, and at first my parents were able to protect me. They wanted to keep all the, you know, the curiosity seekers from finding me. And hello from India. Wonderful to have you from India. If you're here from a foreign country, please let us know. I'm just so happy that you're here at all, honestly. So meanwhile, this girl was quite a healer and had quite a gift of talking to the gods. And years go by, and she has quite a following. People far and wide have heard about her. They've heard about the healings. They've heard about how she talks directly with God. And so her prowess has gone far and wide. And of course, the king hears it. And the king is a jealous, revengeful king who definitely was not from New York. Nope, 1,000 years ago. But revengeful king who could not cope with the idea that this young woman could speak to the gods and actually bring messages from the gods, because the kings were the divine, you know, they were the ones that were the divine rulers because they ruled for God. God spoke through them, and they ruled because of the divine right of God. So he was very angry, and you know what that means. He threw her in prison and then sent out a notice to all the villagers, including his family, of course, to come to this big celebration for the full moon ritual. And they drag her up the stairs, and they lay her down on the altar. And 4 guards, one on each leg, and they're holding her. And she's praying to spirit, she's praying to the angels, and somehow they give her the strength to throw off the guard's arms, and she leaps and throws herself off the pyramid to her death. And so she kept them from taking her heart and sacrificing her and her heart to the gods. She was able, which are the dark, evil gods, okay? And she was able to take control of her death. And I found it really, really interesting for several reasons. Number one, I'm always talking to people in my talks and my lectures. I say, well, you know, this lifetime, we're not going to be burned at the stake or drowned or thrown off, you know, the pyramids, the Aztec pyramids or whatever. Not this lifetime. And I reassure everyone that it's not going to happen, that my guides have told me this, and they have. But as she's doing this session for me, I'm literally kind of panicking in a certain way. I'm crying, I'm panicking, and I realize, of course, that wasn't the only lifetime. So many of you probably have had the same experiences. You've had lifetimes where whatever you had to say was too threatening. And, oh, mother of messages, I forgot to bring Avon, and I'm not going to go up and get it. Oh, dear. Thanks for reminding me, a little too late. Okay. So many people of our genre, and I say genre are people who believe that there are other dimensions, that we can connect to spirit, that we can connect to departed loved ones, believe in reincarnation or spirit families, stuff like that, Deborah. So it's people who really believe that there's out-of-body experiences are possible, all right, or near-death experiences or ET. So I have quite a tribe of people, and I realize that so many of them have had that same past life, okay? That past life where you were burned at the stake for your beliefs, or you were tried as a witch, or you were a healer who had extraordinary healing, and you were killed for that. And of course, often, and I read a great treatise on it, the women, the medical doctors and the religious people were very afraid of the women healers, because the women healers knew how to use herbs and tinctures and the power of talking to people, okay? So women have that natural innate ability to hold a conversation, to find out what's wrong with you, to talk, to make you feel better, and also used herbs and tinctures, what was around them in their world, to heal. And they got such good results that I can assure you that the male doctors were in an uproar, just like this king was in an uproar. How dare you usurp my authority? Well, some of it's probably going on in the country right now, which is why I chose to talk about balance. So, yes, we are going to talk about staying in balance tonight. So, who has felt actually a little out of balance this week, or noticed that there's a change in the air, that there is a lot going on? Aha, that's great that she's been painting. I love that. Yes, that is wonderful. And we can talk, Paula, about the Soul Awakening session. Tina Marie will put the link up for you on that. You can copy that. That's right on my Joan of Angels page. The Soul Awakening sessions really help clarify why you're here, your purpose, and your mission. All right, now going back to balance and why it's important. All right, think of balance as the old-fashioned, when you look at the tarot deck or the astrology sign for Libra, all right, that is a scale, the scale of justice, like this or like this. And it's interesting because I saw a movie last night that had to do with the scales, and there was a hidden treasure in this little art alcove, which was under the bank, and it had to do to steal this treasure. They had to understand about balance and how to keep it at balance. So in order to have a balanced life, it's important to really get a grip on ourselves, okay? Knowing that the world is crazy, all right? Okay, knowing that the world is crazy, knowing that we're stuck here, knowing that there is so much going on, and whether you believe in the shot or not, which side you're on, whether you're in, whether you're out, and it's kind of a very scary time, is what I thought. Now, all week long, I had this heaviness around, and I didn't realize what it was until I realized it was very important with being in balance. Now, we are here. I want you to understand something. Many of you are light bearers. You are light beings. You are star seeds. You are children of the gods. Some of you might have even been children of mine in other lifetimes, because I came in millions of years ago with a mission that was here to help bring the planet together, raise the vibrational frequency, and help others to do that. You raise the vibrational frequency of a planet by raising everyone's frequency. And I had made a commitment not to leave. Now, that doesn't mean that there haven't been difficult and trying lifetimes. Look at that lifetime I just described, where she was thrown off, where she had to jump off the pyramid. You have had difficult lives because we have had many lessons many lessons to learn, guys, on how to be here, how to be ourselves, how not to give our power away. And each lifetime has strengthened us. But I believe that many of us are here this lifetime is because we committed and contracted to be here for these very difficult times. So if you are a young soul, you wouldn't actually be on this show tonight. Okay, you'd have no interest in what we're talking about. But as an old soul, all of you do. And being an old soul means that you have great wisdom. It means you've been here thousands of lifetimes ago. And it also means you came in here for a mission and a purpose, which has to do not just with your own life, but ways that you are here to keep humanity in balance and to help this shift. Now, it may not feel good. Honestly, to goodness, things are getting even more out of control around the world. So it doesn't feel good. But what feels good is knowing, if you know that there's a reason you're here, okay? If there is a reason that you are here, then it's important to learn not only the reason, but what all those past traumas, what they have taught you. Because honest to goodness, so many of the people that I've talked to and so many people on my shows here have had horrific lifetimes, horrific childhood experiences. So I also was telling the woman who helped me the other day with this Akashic record reading, we practice with each other. And when she finished, I had this image of them holding my hands and feet together. And you know, if you've heard any of my other shows, that I've talked about my childhood, my parents were told by the doctor to tie my hands and my feet. So I spent a lot of my little baby time not even being able to move, okay? Tied up. So what is that lesson? There's lessons in everything. So the lessons on that have been for me to learn how to speak my truth, to come out of hiding, to sort of untie those knots, to get over the kind of the shame of like being actually tied up. So we have lessons that teach us to be stronger. It can make being here a lot easier. That's all I can say. It can make being here a lot easier if you know that there's a purpose to it, when you understand that perhaps your purpose is, one of your purposes is to help raise the vibrational frequency of the people around you. Just to remain calm in the middle of all the mess that is going on out there. Many of you have come to be the leaders that you're meant to be, and you may not even have known you were a leader till now, till this timing. Does that make sense? And are there any questions? It doesn't always have to feel good, all right? You may hate being here. I can tell you that if you meditate and you go into this other realm and you've had experiences in the other realm and then you come down here, it's painful. This is not an easy planet, and it's been called a prison planet. So the key is to learn to tune in to that intuitive voice that you have, that innate guide that you have, to ask for healing and answers. All right, so let's rub our hands together a little bit, okay? And I want you to imagine, and do this with me. I can't see it, but I can feel it. So pretend you're a scale, okay, those scales of balance, and feel it like this. If you've ever done, what do they call those little things? Slinkies. Oh, I know my memory's getting good. Okay. I feel for you, love. Okay. So the slinky, if you remember those slinkies, they go this way and this way. And the key one of the keys is to keep it balanced in your hand. Or think of a seesaw. All right. If you've ever been on a seesaw, which teeter-totters, So if you have two people and they don't weigh the same, it goes like this. If you have two people and they're in balance, but you give more weight to one, it'll go like that. If you're sitting in the wrong position, one is in and one is out, it won't be balanced. So part of the seesaw, my accent's coming out. Part of the seesaw is learning how to stay in balance. So part of how do we manage an unbalanced world? And I love to be appreciated, guys. I miss having my in-person talks. And this is almost as good, though. Almost as good, because I really do feel your energies. So the key to staying in balance, first of all, those images can kind of give you a little clue. But then the second key to staying in balance is, what do you tell yourself? Now, I wasn't going to talk about what do we tell ourselves, but I am, because if this is misery for us, and you are so welcome to be here, but if this is misery for us to be here on the planet, then we need to learn what that's about so that we can kind of step up out of our preoccupation with our 3D misery, put it that way, and start to see it from a bigger picture. So one of my best tools that I use with my clients in our counseling sessions or in our soul awakening sessions, one of the best tools is I imagine, and I guess you could too, that I'm in the mountaintop, or actually on the side of the mountain, in a little carved out cave that I have coffee and, little croissants, and sort of sit there and watch what's happening in the world. And I see the world in front of me as a road. And so I can sometimes see my clients on the road, or the people of the country on the road. And what happens is that when there's when there's no problem, there's straight sailing. But when there's an issue, there's a roundabout or a traffic jam. And I know you all know what a roundabout is on the highway, and I love roundabouts, actually. But when you're sitting up here and you're looking down at humanity, then you'll see that some of those people who are out of balance and highly troubled are stuck in that roundabout. And if you are here tonight, I always say this, you have a divine appointment with me. You are not here by accident. The whole group of all of us that make up the show tonight, wherever you are, we are here together. And it's like being on our own spaceship. And so, and you're part of my tribe. And I get to talk and listen to what's on your mind. And that is good for me. I like to do that. So we're sitting up there and we're looking at the roundabout, and a roundabout could be anything. It could be your health that keeps you going round and round in circles. It could be a bad relationship that keeps you going round and round and round circles. It could be that you're always wanting out, and you're wanting out, so probably because you are stuck in a roundabout and you haven't been able to find your way out. So how do we find our way out of a roundabout or out of chaos or turmoil in our life? We find it by, first of all, asking, going inside and just on a scale of 1 to 10, how balanced am I? Now, truthfully, you'll know that how out of balance you are, but asking that question, even now, asking yourself now, those of you who are here, how balanced are you? How out of balance are you? So you kind of know where you are at. I'm a big one for knowing where I'm at energetically, because otherwise, as a Pisces, I get lost. So if you know that you're out of balance, then you can actually bring your scale back into balance, or you can use that master switch I've taught you to use also to bring balance and harmony. But you want to work with yourself until you find yourself on that straight pathway. no roundabouts. So roundabouts are all those things that could make us out of balance. So the word balance, I just want to say, is can be difficult. It's a matter of, so looking up the definitions, and I thought that was interesting. Yes, I thought that was interesting. Being out of balance would also lower your vibration. And that's an important thing to understand. When you're out of balance and you're in the chaos, your vibration is in the energy of fear, worry, desperation, feeling trapped, hating, and feeling a constant loss. Yes. And so that's keeping your vibrational frequency low. So one of the things is to also understand, so when I say doing soul awakening sessions, it's like one of the things to look at would be why your husband, you lost, the love of your life, and to look at what those lessons are for you. I had a client years and years ago who was in a wheelchair, and that's what we looked at, why she was in the wheelchair. So to raise our vibrational frequency means to bring ourselves back into balance. And simply really using that analogy of a seesaw can really help. So when we're out of balance, you know it. When you're in balance, do you even know it? How do you know you're in balance? Okay? Well, and so you actually understand some of that. But what do we do that makes us in balance? And what do we do that makes us out of balance? So I can get out of balance if I'm around too many people and it's very loud, noisy crowd. I could get out of balance if I haven't eaten. So I want to see some comments from all of you on what kinds of things put you out of balance. Name one thing. So you're identifying it. It could be drugs or drinking puts you out of balance. It could be not exercising puts you out of balance. It could be a relationship. It could be anything. But acknowledging it happens to be really good for the soul. What is it that really rubs me the wrong way, irritates me? So one thing that always irritates me is if I'm focusing on something and the phone rings, and I know that that's not good. So I try very hard to practice what I preach. Now, this is a great comment. I just looked at it also, so thank you, Tina. And I want everyone to give a shout out to Tina Marie. She is our back, I don't know what to call her. She's behind you all in the studio, posting all your comments, and she works with me, and I adore her. So, okay, let's put John's comment back up there for a second, because I really wanted to look at it for a minute. All right, so it's our thoughts can bring us out of balance or back in balance. So remember, thoughts are real. Your thoughts, if you could see the space in between you and I, say, you would see that it's made up of energy. It's made up of vibration. So if you put a thought out of fear, the vibrational frequency coming from you is low. It is fear. What you get back, then, guess. See if anyone guesses it right. What do you get? All right, you get back fear. So when you think of what, so in other words, that fear will lower the vibrational frequency around you. So your thoughts will impact. Now, just because they're low at this moment, like some of you are commenting on, doesn't mean they're going to stay low. There's plenty of tools and techniques to start shifting your consciousness. and know that anger is complete sorrow, pain, and hurt turned against yourself. All right, now there's a lot of things to be angry at, but the world is a very crazy place these days. But remember that it's really your sorrow that's been turned against yourself. All right. Yes. And Emily's so right here, out of balance and too much sugar, which bring up anger and irritation. So one of the keys to even having proper thoughts is our food and our nutrition and our health and the health of people around us. And this is an inside job right now when the outside world is so crazy. So when you have a conversation with someone that is condescending to you, then that's the kind of person you're going to have to cut out of your life, because condescension is a very lower energy, and it is an energy of control. It's the energy of I'm better than you, and it actually is meant to piss you off. So Patricia, when you let yourself be pissed off with that, guess what? He has the better of the deal, okay? But those things that are making us angry, and I love that, focus on loving back. So know that if you knew that everything that's going on is actually meant to challenge you, to challenge all of us, challenge our consciousness. There she is, everyone. You should love on her because she's helping me so much back there. Okay, so these challenges are here to teach us how to love, no matter what. And I can tell you that there are a lot of things now out in the world that I'm not loving. I'm finding very difficult to deal with. I'm finding there's a lot of upset and anger and hostilities and confusion. And people I know are now somehow getting sick. So there is an out of balance in the general world. So that means that you have to take care and you have to bring yourself. Now, I say you have to. The key here to be in alignment with why you came here at this particular time to be a volunteer here would be, okay, I'm angry, I'm irritated. What do I have to do to get back in balance right now? And then you can stop. Maybe you'll walk out of the room. Maybe you will do something different. You'll challenge yourself in a different way. You'll get out of that conversation. But remember that you must keep yourself in balance. Now, the second thing I do often is when I'm out in the world, which seems to be less and less these days. I don't know. Even when I think about going out and go networking and stuff, I think, I don't know. I'm just not sure. So if you are out in the world, though, now they talk to you about, using all those hand sanitizers. Okay. You can use all sorts of nice things. Essential oils are far better for you. But the real key is to sanitize your auric field. All right. You're out in the world. You are all energetically sensitive. I can feel it. So your auric field and antenna is picking up all of that energy. Whew. Yes, picking up all of that energy. So when you come home, there's a reason why saging is a good idea. There's a reason why cleaning your aura is a good reason. And kind of, I had friends in the beginning who actually were taking their clothes off at the door so they didn't bring COVID in the house. Well, I don't think that's so extreme, but saging yourself to bring yourself into balance is one of the best keys that I could give you. And I do this because the more of us that are in balance together, the more of us that can step into creating those miracles. So let's do a little process together. And we're going to raise that tower of miracle power. And so it is. Okay. Oh my gosh, see, a sage spray is just perfect. Praying for peace and protection. So guys, now that we understand that, yes, we can get irritated. Yes, it's a difficult place to be. Yes, things are not always going as we anticipated, and maybe nowadays they may not be. I don't know. But act as if and start taking charge of you. That's what you can do, and you owe it to all of us, because why? When you are back in balance, your light will shine. You won't feel trapped in your 3D body. You'll actually be able to feel the presence of those angels. You'll be able to feel the power in your body and in your stance. And that reason that you came here will sing loud and clear. And it could be as simple as going in Starbucks and being the most amazing light. Why bring your 3D misery out with you to the world? Because they're miserable enough, just so you know, okay? They're miserable enough, and we don't want to, make it worse here for ourselves. Now, one of the reasons empaths don't like everyone tonight, your energy, Tina can feel it too. Yeah. So the energy, okay, I don't want to lose my concentration on this thought. You guys are awesome. You understand that I'm channeling the information direct from spirit for you. What is coming through is that. So if you need to have your field clear so you can remember who you are, then you reach out to me so we can do that for you. But when you can remember and step into your power, then when you go out in the world, you will be at a higher vibration and you will raise the frequency around you. And I guarantee that when you walk in that Starbucks and everyone's annoyed and in a bad mood, and you are in that great mood, and you talk to the coffee tender, whatever we call those, behind the counter, you give them a better mood. And when you give them a better mood, they put more love and happiness in the food that you're eating and around them. So soon the mood, you could be personally responsible for changing the energy in your community by starting with your local Starbucks or wherever, if you understand that. So when you do it, you do that kind of work, you're creating a higher vibrational field. So let's get the energy off and let's shift the energy a bit. And I realize I did not even do the bowls. And okay, so good. So let's relax for a minute. And just want to make sure you all can hear me. I have the bowl in front of my computer. It's like, I don't know if I'm going to knock my computer off or me off. Okay, good. So take a deep breath in with me. And then let it all out. And take a deep breath in again. And let it all out. And we are going to clear that auric field. So Mother, Father, God, we ask just now to be filled, surrounded, and protected with the light. In fact, we ask for clarity and wisdom with our inner sight. We ask for the presence of our guides, our angels, our departed loved ones. We ask for our spiritual team that is here with us, knowing that each and every one of you have your own set of guardian angels and spirit team. So we are now connected, sending those roots down to the center of the earth, sending that antenna up to the heavens, and feeling That antenna is spreading light and energy all around us. And as it helps us raise that vibrational frequency. And right now, imagining right now that you're sitting in a chair and you are literally pulling up a new costume, a new uniform. See the color of it, see the material of it. And as you're sitting there, imagine now pulling it up your body. It's a one-piece suit, and as you pull it up, it clings very tightly through your body, around your body, protecting your body. And there's a hoodie, goes up over here. You can see your face, covers your hands and your arms. And this, my friends, is that extra special protection that you can put on your body whenever you do psychic work, whenever you go out in the world, whenever you are imagining other places and things. And this uniform protects you from any thoughts or anything that is sent your way that is less than the frequency of high vibration and love. And so anything that comes at you, any negative thought, any lower frequency energy that comes at you gets sent back, cleansed, and highly radiant and vibrating. So this uniform that we can all wear, not the same one, of course, but this uniform protects you and raises your vibrational frequency. Now, when you get home, my loves, you can take it off. You can take it off, give it a shake, and hang it up on that hook. All right? And so by doing so, you will have cleared your energetic frequency. Just like this. Now, all empaths should know that when we go out in the stores, we pick up the energy that was left there. So if we're walking in a store and we suddenly feel weird, you're probably picking up the memories and the feelings of those who were walking down those aisles before you, which is another reason why, if you are an empath or have any kinds of abilities like that, you definitely not only want to clean your aura and stay in balance, but you also want to make sure that you don't carry anyone else's thoughts with you. So dearest ones, right now, as your antenna goes up in the heavens, and as those roots go down in the center of the earth, we really want you to imagine right now that that antenna is connecting with each and every person on this feed. You are sending that antenna, you are connecting with Michigan, you are connecting with India, you are connecting to Utah, you are connecting to Palm Springs, you are connecting to Minnesota, you are connecting to Arizona, you are connecting to London, you are connecting round the world. And that antenna up here, that thread that we are weaving between these antennas will create that miracle tower, that tower of miracle power. And so it is. And know that you are here because you have a destiny with yourself, with your higher self, to start to clear a way that doesn't work and starts to allow you to fully express your potential, fully express your dreams and your visions. You can't do it from an out of balance state. You can't do it if you're stuck right there in that roundabout, which will trap you in a traffic jam. And when spirit makes a traffic jam, that's a real traffic jam. All right, now I'm going to pull a card for all of us to help us understand that we were born for these times and that we are living in times that have been foretold. We are in a great period of transformation. It is chaos, breaking apart, and then it's going to reboot and kind of refilter so it does become that age of Aquarius. But right now, it looks ugly. And right now, it looks challenging. Right now, some of you don't feel like you're the fifth dimensional angels we know you are. And that's why I do Miracle Monday, to reboot, because I'm guided to do it. And my antenna goes, we will call all of those who just want to spend time with us, time remembering who they are, time remembering that they are more powerful, time with Joan of Angels. You could feel better about yourself than when you got on. And so is that true? Is there anyone here who gets on this every Monday and feels better than when they got on? So I'm curious to know if there's anyone here who feels better now than when they got on. All right, I'm going to pick up that card that fell. Okay. And I will say this one fell up. So when cards fall, and especially they fall up, the others fell face down, that means it's a card we have to pay attention to. And what is the card? Well, first of all, it's an elephant. And then the card is listening. So let's talk about that. First of all, elephants are prosperity. Elephants are some of the most loving and compassionate animals on the planet. And listening has to do with listening to that inner guidance. Thank you, love, Joanne. Thank you. It comes from listening to that inner guidance, which prompted you to turn on the show tonight. I knew I'd get that in there. But listening means you're listening to the guidance you're getting instead of covering it up. You know, okay, so today I'll tell you what I did today, and I'm a little annoyed with myself. And by the way, being annoyed with yourself gets you out of balance, so you have to forgive yourself. What am I forgiving myself for? Well, so the housekeepers came today. And so whenever they come, I put my purse somewhere, and I saw my sunglasses out, and I said, well, I'm going to put them somewhere. Because they were just out. They're not going to take anything, but I just move it. So then I heard a voice that said, don't do it. You won't remember where you put them. I said, oh, of course I'll remember. Well, that was at 8 in the morning, and now it's almost 8 at night. So 12 hours later, I can tell you I still haven't found them. But I heard that voice that said, don't do it. You won't remember. And I was so annoyed that I did not listen. So when we don't listen, that's when we're going to really get annoyed, because then when it comes to pass that what you should have done didn't, it's a little challenging. Okay, and that's a wonderful, magical filled Monday. So card 1 for the entire tribe is to practice the art of listening. And that means not just listening, not listening to other people at this moment. We're not talking about listening to others. We are really talking about filtering them all out, raising that antenna, and listening to the messages that you are getting. Because that's the juice. And that is the truth that's meant for you. The truth about how to maneuver tomorrow, maybe. The truth of how to, a confirmation of what it is you need or don't need. So that's the first one of the message, is to practice the art of listening from above, okay? and practice the art of feeling it in your body. Because say you walk down the street and there's danger, your gut should tell you what to do. Okay, so hopeful, remember in the beginning I talked about the scale of feelings, emotions, fear, pain, grief, sorrow are all very low emotions, low vibrational emotions. Courage is the first emotion that gets us out of the negative pit. So we're going to say to all of you tonight that are struggling with being out of a vibrational alignment, start with courage. Okay? Start with courage. What would it be like if I did this, even though I'm scared? I can only tell you that usually I have to talk sometimes I'm very scared to go live. There's that moment where it's like, oh my God, what am I going to say? Does anyone want to hear me? Who am I to have anything to say? All sorts of things. But courage is the way to start with a shift in your vibrational frequency. So courage to do what you've been afraid to do. Courage to start something new or to look at something a new way. So I'm going to encourage that as something that you could do. Courage is the way. All right. So the first card was a message to you all about listening. And I also mentioned that the elephant represents family and prosperity and nurturing. And he is the number 8, and 8 represents prosperity. All right. Also want to remind you all that we're in a 5-year energetically. So the pushback for a 5-year is restriction. So that's why we're seeing that play of freedom and restriction playing out right in front of our eyes for us to see it. What's our job? Is our job to get upset and emotional and anger or fearful? No. Our job is to sit on that mountainside, look down at that roundabout, send them love, peace, and harmony. If there's someone you know stuck, maybe you have some guidance to help them out of that roundabout and to help them move forward. Because why? Because you came here with a mission. You came here as a volunteer. You could either be miserable in your 3D body, or you can start going, it's far better for me to do what I love to do. It's far better for me to be that service in the world. It is far better for me to show up on Miracle Monday and get into my happiness place with my friends from Australia here, my friends from India, my friends from everywhere. Our job is to love. So when I come on here, even if, I spend a lot of time meditating before I actually come to the computer, because I want my vibrational frequency to be high. I don't want to come out here and have you guys go, well, I felt good before I got on, So clearing your aura. Yes, sir, Madam Soul Whisperer. That is exactly what we have to do. And we're doing it together tonight because I can feel it. I can feel it. When we raised our antenna, that tower of miracle power and that antenna, then we connected the energy with each and every one of you around this globe so we can send that healing energy. So right now we're going to send that healing energy around the world because we want each and every one of you to be into balance. We want you to be able to experience your powerful self, to experience the knowingness that you have an impact on other people, and that as you raise your energy into joy and love and smiling, you are raising and positively impacting those people around you who are not as knowledgeable as you are. So do me a favor, rub your hands together. And we're going to send it out to Desert Heart Springs, right there to Artie. Send it out around the planet, right there. Sending it out to you. Your right hand sends, your left hand receives. So feel the energy. Feel the energy in your hand. Now, imagining right now that the energy is going from my hand to each and every one of you, that each and every one of you is sending the energy back to me, empowering, lighting up my hand. So we're sending it out. And some of you may even feel it. We are a powerful group of people that do affect the world. We affect the world every day, whether we know it or not. But now we are giving you keys and solutions to powerfully impact the world with the highest vibrations possible, with the highest energy possible. Sweet, because our job is to help clear away the goblins out there, those lower vibrational frequencies that are bringing you down, that are trapping people into that roundabout, and that are lowering the energy frequencies around us. So those little goblins, and oh yeah, okay. So here's what Spirit just told me to mention about the goblets. I said, oh gosh, what should I say about the goblins? And they showed me a picture of that computer game where those little things, like they go and they eat the goblins, some kind of computer game. I haven't seen it for years, but it goes around and it just eats all those little goblins. And that's what we have to do. We sort of have to clear them away, burn them away, negate them away as we step into that higher place. And let's see where the card is, of course. And so it requires commitment, guys. It requires commitment not to go back to our 3D misery. I mean, seriously, thank you, was a Pac-Man. Yeah, I just saw those little goblins. Whoa, 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 whoa. But it requires a commitment to eat all those goblins, okay? Like to be that little goblin bunny, that little Pac-Man, Pac-woman, Pac-person, Pac-thing that does that Pac-thing, all right? But it takes a commitment, my loves. We are all connected. You could feel it sometimes when I send energy out, that we are connected, that there is this antenna, there is this thread of connectivity. So Spirit says, make a commitment to your Joan of Angels portal. Yes, make a commitment to your truth and to your own miracles. And you can make your portal in your house. This house is a portal because it has about 50, 60, 70 angel paintings that carry the frequency of energy of angels. So I would say the house is full of divine beings. And sometimes they laugh at me when I get worried about things because it's like they're all here and they're all there with you. But make a commitment. Make a commitment to be the best you can. So guys, I just want, we're coming to the end of the night. So the cards of Goblin and Listening and Commitment are your particular message for the night, because I know that we've had goblins on here. People were experiencing goblins. It's okay. Pac-Man goes and does this thing. If you want to work through some of your issues on this or clear or let go, reach out to me. I even have a 15-minute reading question on the website for some of you, or the Soul Awakening sessions. I want to see your paintings, Colin. We'll talk later. Perfect. If you are new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and share it out. I'm very, very grateful. As I said before, the YouTube channel is growing, and I just want to be seen, and as a complete opposite of how I started the show tonight when I told you how I didn't want to be seen. So thank you so much for being here. And what I want to say is that all of you are so appreciated and loved, and I'm so grateful that you're in my life. We'll be doing another live this week, 4:20 Spiritual Living on Wednesday at 4:20 California time, and I'll be releasing a few other shows this week in our Step into the Miraculous program. But as always, it's your feedback and your support that I really count on. Anyway, guys, we will be seeing you all next week. So come back all next week, and I will see you. I always hate to say goodbye. I'll see you all soon. Much love from the Desert Heart Sanctuary.